Hey everybody, Manderlin here with an update for my road to max. I made a lot of progress last time and met 2 of my large goals I had because of double XP. A majority of this video will show the gains I made as I used up the rest of my double XP time. Since construction can be pretty pricey, I wanted to work on that a bit. I already had a few thousand teak planks left over from last double XP, so I was using those up to make teak magic wardrobe flat packs. Luckily, portable workbenches are a thing now, so now is a good time to start trading that. I unfortunately ran out of artisan cocktails since I used them all for potion making, so no 10% XP boost for this. Still, I went up several levels after using up all of my planks. I started at 86 construction, and by the end I reached level 91. Since I had my Silverhawk boots equipped, I also reached 90 agility as I was constructing. I ran out of feathers after this though, so that's all for that for now. I also managed to make around 80 more Elder Overload potions since I accidentally turned all of my other ones into salves. I'm gonna start working on a lot of Slayer soon, so this is gonna come in handy. I went back and forth between constructing flat packs and crafting some flasks. I managed to make a little over 2,000 crystal flasks and got some good experience from it. I was running really low on normal flasks and had a lot of glass for that too, so I just made a couple of inventories of that and it brought me to 91 crafting. I had a couple of training dummies lying around for Slayer and Melee. I managed to get 78 strength and attack after using them all up, but no Slayer level. I'm gonna go on a big Slayer run now though, so I'll get it soon enough. So right now, I'm able to accept tasks from Kuradil. You can see as I gain levels here the kind of tasks I've been getting. For my setup, I usually always brought along my enhanced Excalibur for some easy healing, and an herb bag or a gem bag depending on what drops I was expecting. I brought along runes to alch some drops as well to make some money and clear some space. I know I should have brought along a spring cleaner, but I kind of forgot that existed and hadn't made one yet at the time. Since I made some Elder Overload potions earlier, I also brought those along. But I didn't always use them if I thought the task was easy enough. I like to conserve when able. Doing these Slayer tasks also gave me a lot of charms. By the end, I had over 800 Crimson Charms and 100 Blue Charms. In hindsight, it may have been better to do this before training Summoning since I did run out of charms at one point, but it's fine, I'll just hold on to them for next double XP. Okay, so something funny that I'm going to totally shame myself for is, for my first Slayer task, I accidentally had a Protea flower equipped instead of my halberd. I had just finished doing Big Chinchampa, and it was a spur-of-the-moment thing I did after I had already geared up for Slayer, so I totally forgot to unequip it. I didn't realize until after I finished the task since I had an override on, but thankfully it was just for one task. I was wondering why it was taking me so long to kill those Bloodvelds. By the time I stopped doing tasks, I made it from 78 Slayer to 83 Slayer. I also got another level later on after helping out Meg, so now I'm at 84 Slayer. Another goal I set for myself a little while ago was to get the Slayer helm, so I needed to get 400 points to learn how to make it. It turns out that I had almost 100 extra points and could have gotten it a while ago. I thought it was so much further off, but I guess I just need to learn to check these kinds of things frequently. But anyway, I already had a black mask that I've been using, so I just brought the other parts and made myself a Slayer helm. I also went and bought a Hex Crest and a Focus Sight to turn it into a full Slayer helm, so I can use it for magic and range as well. After getting some more points, I managed to get a couple of upgrades and now I have a strong Slayer helm. Not only did this make my Slayer tasks go by faster, but this can give me a really good edge for some more difficult bosses if I get them as Reaper tasks. It can also be helpful if I get Dragon tasks when I want to do ED2, so I might try that again later with Shadow Duke if it comes up. So a majority of the time when doing Slayer tasks, I try to stick with melee gear because that's what I want to mainly work on right now. I did occasionally switch over to magic if I felt I could AFK more with it or if it would increase my survivability. Even though I only did that occasionally, I did get to 96 magic since I was already close to leveling. Aside from my Slayer helm, I had on my Bandos gear with augmented top and bottom and my augmented crystal halberd. I also have a bunch of cocktails from the beach event that boost combat XP, so I made sure to always have those on me to get a nice 10% boost. I've been getting strength and attack levels in tandem with each other while doing my Slayer tasks. By the time I stopped doing Slayer tasks, I got up to 85 strength and 85 attack. While working on one of my Slayer tasks, I also got a Constitution level, so now I'm at 94 Constitution. I got some nice levels with my augmented gear after all that Slayer. I was able to siphon my top and legs and my crystal halberd twice. That brought me up several levels to 60 invention. Then my halberd got to level 10 again, and I realized that I probably should have dismantled it instead of siphoning it like I did before to get some more XP. So I did that and got another level. Now that I reached my invention goal, my augmented gear can go up to level 15. But first, I need to research that, along with a bunch of other things I neglected to research. And by the end of that, it brought me to 62 invention. I'm pretty bummed out that I didn't think about getting a spring cleaner beforehand, but here it is, I have it now. I did 1 or 2 tasks later on using it, and I loved how I didn't have to manually alch everything. It would have been so helpful if I realized this sooner and got it before doing all those Slayer tasks, but oh well. I had a good amount of springs stored up over time, so I used them to upgrade my spring cleaner. I'm now up to spring cleaner 5000, and I was able to add 1000 charges to it. Let's take a look at my configuration. For items, I'm dismantling Dragonstone necklaces and battle staves, and then I'm researching the rest. For salvage, I'm going to alch all of the rune salvage since that'll give me the most profit, and then I'll dismantle the rest. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much Slayer again for a little while, but it can still come in handy for some boss runs I'll end up doing. Okay, I still have almost 10 hours of double XP time left, but I got pretty burnt out from Slayer. Since it's nice and AFK, I hopped in on a party in Hall of Memories to work on divination. I of course had cocktails for that as well for that sweet extra 10% XP. I got 2 levels from that and made it to 90 divination. I was actually planning on chilling here for the rest of my time, but sadly the party ended shortly after I arrived and didn't start back up again. So instead of that, I just fished for my remaining time. I could have fished magnetic minnows on the fishing platform since it's more AFK, but I decided to stick with Minifloss to prepare for a future yak track. I know I'll eventually get a cooking task, so I figured I'll go here to get some fish that I could cook for that later on. I managed to gain 2 levels and get to 85 fishing. Just a quick shout out to Shadow Duke for getting 99 rune crafting on his main account. The only other skill he needs for max cape now is archaeology. You think I can beat him to it? Well, it's been about 7 weeks since I last collected from Miscellanea. I made sure to frequently come back to keep my approval up and put money in the coffers, but it was always just a quick trip in and out and I had no idea how long it had actually been. I'm still putting max into herbs and some into wood, so I could get a good payout. So that's almost a 10 mil value right there. I got about 18,000 maple logs and a whole bunch of herbs. I'll probably end up selling most of the herbs since I don't really need them right now. I got a lot of nests too, so I'll be sure to open those and crush them later. Alright, so I did a lot of Slayer tasks this time around and got some nice levels for melee. I think that was a good way to wrap up double XP for me. It seems like there's been an update where bonus Reaper points are being awarded for a little while, so the next video may have a lot of me doing Reaper tasks. At least my new Slayer mask will help me out with that a bit. I've met a lot of my short-term goals already, so I need to figure out what I want to work towards next. I was thinking about doing some smithing at some point, since I have the materials to make Elder Rune bars, but I'm not at the level to actually make it yet. So I kinda want to reach 90 smithing to do that. If I'm going to start working on that, I'm probably going to make a crystal hammer and get some perks for it. I would ideally want Rapid and Tinker to speed up the smithing process and get more XP per hour. So maybe I'll work on getting the components I need for that. Anyway, that's going to be all for me for now. Thank you so much for joining me on my road to max. I am more than happy to hear any tips and suggestions on what I should do next, so leave a comment if anything comes to mind. If you're enjoying this series, please leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!